Yeah, I was going to move to you and touch on Finn Russell, but I think it's fair enough to go back to Ian and stay with him. What's he like to play against
Definitely
Ian?
go back to Ian for that.
Yeah.
And maybe over the last 18 months, has he changed as a player? Has he become a wee bit more structured, but yes, still so brilliant when he wants to be?
Yeah, look, he's still, fantastic to watch. He's of the mold of Marcus Smith. He's a maverick. I think one of the biggest misconceptions with Finn is that, that people think that he's laid back and he doesn't care. That's not true. This guy puts in a serious amount of, video analyst work. He does a huge amount of work in the gym. And I know that we've had the pleasure of having Rory Sutherland over with us in Ulster over the last few months. And Rory kind of made it clear to me that, look, he kind of enjoys getting this persona of laid back and whatnot across. But there's no doubt that the work goes in during the week into being able to execute what he does at the weekend. When he throws this like double miss pass to the winger, it's because he spotted something on a Tuesday or a Wednesday when he's doing his video footage. So it's not like he's just pulling a rabbit out of a hat. There's thought process behind what he does. I think one of the challenges that Ireland are going to have this weekend is we obviously want to put them under pressure. And like all good tens, you want to take their time away. But with the width that Scotland play with, you put too much pressure on at Finn and you create a dogleg in your defence, and then you give the likes of Hugh Jones, Van der Merwe space in the edges, Hogg. That's when Scotland can be really dangerous. So you don't want to fall into the trap of trying to shut down their main man in Finn Russell. And then Finn's sharp enough to know that we're going to come after him. And then he starts releasing the quality players around him.
Alan, is that maybe the worrying sign? Italy attacked Ireland across the pitch. And surely Scotland will look at that and take a few positives, say, we can do exactly the same.
Yeah, they will, I think. But, I think it was still a good result in Italy. The big issue around your whole defensive structure was probably Gary Ringrose and a specialist 13. If Gary isn't there, Robbie Henshaw would probably be next. That's probably an area where, there needs to be a little bit more depth. I think if it happened now that Gary Ringrose wasn't available, I think someone like Jimmy O'Brien would end up playing as a 13. I think he has that versatility. And again, it's no disrespect to Stuart McCluskey or to Bundyaki. They're both brilliant inside centres. They probably don't have the evasion and the footwork to be that kind of play in that 13 position, which is a very difficult position to play in. So I think that was a problem. And what Ian is saying is correct, of course. And, he's playing in the modern game. And the key and focus for any attack coach in a game like this, which we reckon will be tight, how you unlock defences. And, I'd expect Ireland to try and come up with one or two of those, strike moves, maybe see if they can conjure up something and get a try out of it. And on the other hand, Scotland have a lot of good footballers as well. It isn't just Finn Russell. Tupulotu and Hugh Jones have been outstanding for them. Van der Merwe coming in off his wing. So they have options. And Stuart Hogg, who we don't talk about as much, is very, very dangerous if you kick loosely to him as well. So I think when you're playing a game like this, you've got to get nearly most of the elements of your game right. You never get everything perfect. But Ireland certainly do have to be mindful of that wide game that Scotland can play. And even those balls in over the top, if somebody comes out of the line to, as Ian said, to take someone out. But you would hope that Ireland, the strength of what Ireland have done in the last couple of years, a couple of seasons with a lot of these positive results is controlling possession and tempo of games. They're the ones dictating the pace. One area that Ian mentioned at the start that I probably think is an area we can improve on is our kicking game. And I think against Italy in that second half, we probably needed to be a little bit more pragmatic and a little bit tactically better with our kicks. Turn Italy around, put them back there, force them into mistakes. So I think it's a game that both sides are very attack-minded, but we might get the opposite. They might cancel each other out, and it might be small margins. You think back 2 years ago, Johnny Sexton kicks a penalty to win it from touchline. We're expecting it to be a very tight game again, but Scotland will look at Italy and they'll say, yes, if you can hold on to the ball for a long time, and it's a very obvious one to say, with Ireland away, even in New Zealand, the French game, the possession they have held on to the first half against Wales. If you take the ball off them and then you're really good at your breakdown and you attack and you don't make mistakes, well then, maybe you'll ask questions and it'll just come down to mismatches at times or somebody coming up with a good step and to get through. And I think Scotland will definitely try and do that. And that's the intrigue of this game.